I'm just here to provoke you to think. I'm just here to provoke you to think. And if I provoke you to think, I'm thinking too, you hear me? When it comes to what we think and how we think, that affects what we feel and how we feel, or emotions, energy and emotion. You know, we gotta learn not to put on our plate what we don't want to eat. You know, that's a lesson that my mother, I learned it in the house. You know, don't put on your plate what you don't want to eat. That's a lesson that we hear from grandmothers, you know, and great grandmamas. You know, especially when it came to that food, because that food costs money. You hear me? And in the households that had something to do with my raising me up, you know, we ain't throwing away no money by way of no food. You hear me? So we learned early not to put on your plate. Well, I learned early not to put on my plate what I didn't want to eat, because anything that I put on my plate, I had to eat. Now, some of y'all may have caught it already, and some of y'all may still be wondering where I'm going with this. But awareness do matter, you know, to the inner being. If it don't matter to you, it matters to your inner being. You hear me? If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. But I took that life lesson from my childhood, and some of y'all's too, because some of y'all get it. And, you know, if you ain't get it early, it's coming to play now. I took that lesson from my childhood concerning food and table manners, table etiquette, you know, dinner etiquette, and I applied it to the mental well-being of my spirituality, or I applied it to my spirituality in correspondence with my mental well-being. And it works in the same way when it comes to our mind, our thoughts. You know, don't put on your plate what you don't want to eat, because whatever you put on your plate, it's gonna reverberate and reverberate. Once you put it on your plate, it's already there. Now, if it's something that you don't want, it takes just as much work to get that dish off your plate when it comes to thoughts. Meaning, we give y'all another analogy. If you get caught up in the wave of bad thoughts, you know, a bad situation, and you get caught up in thinking about it more than once, because to think about it once, and if you don't correct it, then it's gonna turn into a snowball. So once you think about it twice, it's already got you. You know, the help those in the back. Once you think about a negative situation, circumstance, condition, memory, more than once, it's already got you. You know, and then if you can't catch yourself in the second reflection of it, you already gone. You know, and once we get gone, you know, in a negative spiral, once we get gone, if we be honest with ourselves, once you have got going in a negative spiral, once you have got gone in a negative spiral of thinking, anger, whatever the case may be, it's hard. If you don't bring you back, it's hard for anything around you that want the best for you to bring you back, if we be honest. So, and what I be expressing and the things that it brings to our mind, the things that it brings to our attention, the things that it brings to our insight, you know, in them light bulb moments. It's for a reason. Whatever reason you make it is up to you, but it's for a reason. The same way, feeling good for no reason at all, it's for a reason. Because if you can do that, see, that's another way to stay about. That's another way to keep stuff off your plate that you don't want to eat, by feeling good for no reason at all. That's another analogy that I can add to it for us to catch it. You hear me? Don't put nothing on your plate that you don't want to eat. So that means we need to be aware. You know, we need to be aware. Some call it mindfulness. You know, and if you call it mindfulness, then that's what you need to be when it comes to what you think and how it affects what you feel and how you feel, and which therefore affects how you carry yourself, how you act, how you express yourself. You know, because we be putting stuff on our plate a lot of times that we don't know we even be putting on our plate. You know, by sometimes through what come through our ears, sometimes what come through our sight. You know, and it ain't always coming to us from somebody else. Sometimes it's coming out of us to others. Let's be honest about it. You see, we tell the truth over here. We all got to come home to self one day. It's just my assistance of making sure that we get there. You hear me? Yeah. If you don't feel good, don't focus on it. You know, you got a choice. We get so caught up in life and what happens, what we experience, what might be going on that we don't want to go on, you know, versus what we do want to go on, you know, what we seeing according to what we don't want to see, you know, in conflict with what we do want to see, you know, and most times when we're looking at experience over who we are in the experience, we lose, it's a disconnect. We lose ourselves, we lose touch with ourselves, we lose touch with source, a disconnect with source, however you want to apply it, God, the Father, whatever you call it, you know. When you disconnect with yourself, you disconnect with source. And by way of being here, you know, by way of being here, just to use a short analogy, it explains the goodness of divine intelligence, source intelligence, God intelligence. You know, the mind of God, God frequency, whatever you know it as. Just by giving us an opportunity to be here is the goodness. You know, is the balance, is the darkness, is the hot and the cold, the angel and the devil. Just the opportunity to be in here. But I don't say that as an issue or a problem. I say that, you know, as a blessing. For those that get it, it's a blessing to be in flesh. Regardless of what we're going through. If you know who you are, it's a blessing to be in flesh. Because this way we get to do it at. This way we have the opportunity to add on. To add on to what we came here to be while we here. You hear me? For those that listen, you know, reality and gut checks. Life all about reality and gut checks. Because if it ain't no challenge, you ain't got nothing better to strive towards. If it ain't no conflicts of interest, we ain't got nothing to balance. To give us to let us know where we at, you know. So, in other words, I'm saying be thankful for it all. You know, you got a choice to choose what you prefer. You know, the question is, do we have the discipline to do it? Because it takes discipline. Mental work is a disciplinary work. You hear me? And if we don't take charge of our minds, you know, when things pop up that we may not want to pop up and we don't know how to handle them, then disciplinary actions sometimes be required. You hear me? So you know, we don't need no DR reports. You hear me? Because we getting caught up and losing touch with ourselves, not aware of where we at when we anywhere where that we at anytime we there. You hear me? Yeah. I know I say a lot of things that sound simple when heard, but it is simple. But the discipline, the hardest part. We hear things good that sound good all the time, but applying ourselves, disciplining ourselves to get to that place, to vibrate with that good thing we heard is a whole nother situation. Self-work. So self-work gonna stay important. As long as I'm dropping, videos, self-work gonna stay important. Cause I really know that if you want to change your condition, you gotta change your mind. That ain't something I believe. That's something that I know. That's something that's evident in my life. I'm a living example of that. It sounds simple, but it take effort, it take determination, it take time, it take our attention, it take our willingness, But we can do it. You can do it. I'm doing it every day. For those that rock with me, I'm pretty sure for the most part y'all doing it every day to the best of y'all ability, Remember to feel good through it while you do it. You hear me? Cause that'll help keep you there above the wave. It ain't easy, but with consistency it get easier. Everybody gotta do their own work. And the tough moments don't last forever. It just feel like it do when we going through them. I don't know who needed to hear that. But the tough moments don't last forever. It only feel like it when we going through it. And I have mine too, Yeah. And the more we can find whatever our zone is, cause what getting in my zone for me may be gonna be totally different than what getting in the zone for you may be. But find what your zone is and tap into that. Tap into that. Cause me getting in my zone keep me above all the things that I go through in life on the physical plane and keep my sanity. So I have many ways to tap in, but we gotta find what works for us. You gotta find what works for you and make it work for you. To keep you above the bullshit, so you can stay out the bullshit. We all got our thing. All we gotta do is find it. And once you find it, get in your zone. You hear me? Fuck what the rest of the world doing. Use the rest of the world to stay in your zone. That's what Sawu do. and come drop jewels about it for us to hear and learn from. You hear me? That's all it's about. Yeah. Determination, time, and effort. If mind over matter. If you know mind is over matter, even if you believe mind is over matter, then frequency alter your reality. And you do that through your mind. If mind is over matter, by way of your thoughts. It sounds simple, but it's training, because we way beyond practice. It's training. So make every day count. Don't live your life living a life in vain. Man, make all this shit count, man. Otherwise, what you here for? And some of us may need to ask ourselves that. What we here for? So your inner being can wake up. Yeah, I just came through to talk a little bit though. Don't feel what you feel. Don't feel what you feel. and resilience. Because it's important not to feel what you feel, because that's a place you don't want to be. There's too many desensitized and numb human beings on the planet. We all know some. So I repeat, don't feel what you feel. Feel your feelings. It's important. Because if you can't feel, you ain't even got no business talking about healing. you already you in the hamster wheel. You repeating some karmic ass trauma, ass dramatic ass, you know, shit that you probably seen growing up, because a lot, like I seen growing up, cause the people that we had to grow up under, didn't know all the way better. You hear me? So yeah, we need to get right. We need to get right. Work with what you got and build from that. Build from what you work with, but don't stay the same. Please don't do that. And if you're over here, I appreciate you for being here, because we're going to finish way more better than we started. It's an honor to be here. My name is Sawu. Salute to the Common Conscience family and soul tribe. Salute to the new subscribers. Salute to the peekaboos and passerbys. If you ain't hit the like, hit the like button, hit the like button. If you ain't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. Both of them free. You hear me? It don't cost you nothing to do that. Just like it don't cost you nothing to be a better person, but your time, energy, and effort. So if you went far enough to watch the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I appreciate it. You hear me? Thanks for the likes, shares, comments, questions. Peace out, wolves. Y'all know who y'all is. Rock with me. Peace. I love y'all.